change in the weather. A little too cold to see the sunshine. If everyone thought the same, we'd be in the land of never. It's not the same at the end of the lifeline. Never been thinking about the why or the weather. Spanish is singing like a siren in the sun. The wind is howling into the waves into the thunder. Falling around and picking up blisters in the sun. Giving it home in the cable. Bringing me close to by the fire under the table. Giving it home under the bubble. Bringing me closer to the fire on the door. Never been thinking about the why or the weather. Spinning can sing like a siren in the sun. Wind is howling to the waves and to the thunder. Rolling around to pick up business by the ton. Giving it home in the cable. Bringing me close to fly the fire under the table. Giving it home under the bubble. Bringing me closer to the fire on the door. Never been thinking about the why or the weather. Spinning can sing like a siren in the sun. The wind is howling into the waves into the
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Got a drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot,
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot,
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot,
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot,
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot,
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Center Stage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot. It's not Tuesday night, I know, but it's normally on Tuesday night, and it will be on Tuesday night tomorrow. So if you are watching on Tuesday, then you know that this is not really live. I'm live, but I'm not live for you. But however, now at this very moment, Monday, we are live because why are we not doing Gino's Spot tomorrow night on Tuesday as per usual? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because we have our new show, our brand new show, the Sensational Six, which has been going sensationally for the last 3 nights. And we have one more to go in PE for now, and it's been fully booked. It's been fantastic. We've had an amazing run so far, and Tuesday is going to be the corker. It's going to be the biggest one. So make sure you get your tickets. There are some tickets left because this is a bonus show that we put on due to popular demand. So it's Tuesday night. Get hold of Wendy. I know Wendy's online here somewhere as well. Wendy, I'm sure you can post your details. And let people know if they want to get tickets, or you can get from Quicket. Is that right, Gary? You can get from Quicket as well if you need tickets, and make sure you get them soon because they are being snapped up, and we are going to have a fantastic last show. It's a public holiday. It is a public holiday on the Wednesday, so that means the Tuesday night is free for you to drink as many of these gin and tonics and Hunter's Golds and Hunter's Dries as you like, because Hunter's is actually part of our sponsorship team. Hunter's Gold, Hunter's Dry, as well as Fitch and Leeds. And look at that, we've put them there as well, Fitch and Leeds. And also our other sponsor for the show is Sovereign Chicken and Sovereign Investments. They've jumped on board as well, supporting local music. Now, for the show, of course, for Gino's Spot, Spa have been helping us for nearly 3 years now. It's been amazing. So thank you to the Spa guys, and make sure that you support your local Spa as well to help us along so that we can keep going, they can keep going, and the whole community gets together. Now, tonight, obviously, we are looking at our community as well, because we've got I know we've got the video as well. I'm going to show you a video in just a minute. We are going to be talking to Diedre Burger, who is with Cheshire Homes, and charities like Cheshire Homes need your support as well. A part of our, like you say, the community needs to support. We need to support each other. That's what we need to do in this place, especially since the plague. It's taught us this. So I'm going to give you a little quick look at the at our advertising for tomorrow night. Let's have a look at the Sensational Six. And I tell you what an amazing show that we've had so far. It's been the audiences have been awesome. You can see the footage there. The cell phones are out. The dancing that was happening. It was just everything. It's got a bit of everything. This show. So make sure that you get your asses down there to to the Hellenic on Tuesday evening, and you can get your tickets from Wendy, who will post her details in the comments, I'm sure, unless Gary will as well. Right. So tonight, obviously, we are doing Diedre Burger tonight, and we're going to be talking about Cheshire Homes. But before that, we always do a little song. So let's do a little song. I think that's a good one. I'll sing your comments. Tell me where you are watching from, what you're doing, and send me anything. Tell me what I don't know. Tell me what color shoes you got on. Tell me are you wearing a hat? Are you wearing anything? I don't know. You know, this is the internet. All right. Okay. So welcome to Gino's Spot. and I hope you're going to enjoy the show. Here we go. This is all 80s tune. What you do and what you don't, Alta. Fundamental easy here. Daha. Hi there, Gino, waiting in the wings. This is what you got to know. You suddenly chat with the most interesting people. That's right. Miranda Ferreira. Good evening, Gino and guest. And his name is Diedre. Camilla Ennis, the best. Da. There we go. She loved the luminous drumsticks. That's right. I use them all the time. Imagine Dragons was great. All right. What time does Spa close in Newton Park? You'll have to ask Alicia. She's there, I think, till 7:30 at least. Or maybe she's making some more money. And she said the show was awesome. A Silver Fabry in the house. That's right. Nick. And Wendy Thompson's reading and waiting. Nick. Da. Estelle Veyes to proceed. Da. Watching from Gordon's Bay. The da. In the dark there. Oh dear. Oh, see, at least you got your phone on. That's fine. Da. Don't love you. You don't love me. Andrew Stewart. Another awesome guest. Diedre is a machine. That's right. Alta Heaven Ameva. Oh, thank you so much. I love you too. Oh, thanks, Alta. It's been great. All right. We're not going to waste any more time. I know the one thing that we've got to be thankful for is that the dams are, I think, almost at 50%. They're like 48 or something, 45 to 48, somewhere around there. We need more water just to flow in. And then if we can get to 65%, then the water restrictions are lifted. So we need to get that water in there somehow. I don't know. If you see any water, just pour it. I don't know. Pour it. Try and get it in the dams. Brendan Kelly, love to see you, man. Good evening. Drinking cough mixture tonight. Oh, is that not every night, Brendan? No voice after 14 hours of country. Oh, man. Like, I have been that soldier before, Brendan Kelly. I've been that guy. Kathy Marsh, lovely to have you on as well. Kathy's one of our regulars. And so I'm sure we're going to get lots of people coming on now. But we're going to get to our guest, our special guest tonight from Cheshire Homes, Diedre-Anne Burger.
Welcome to the show. Now is your time to shine. We're gonna have a lekker chat tonight. Another good time.
Just drink the nerves away. She says she's nervous. I don't know, people get nervous coming on here, but it's just the two of us, really.
It's still very nerve-wracking.
I know, it's just lots of people
people
online, but you speak to more people in the day that
Yeah, but it's like, no.
and you have to go and
People
accept stuff for Cheshire all the time. And
I've been speaking, it's not my thing. Hey? No, it's not my thing. I
Don't
still get
like
butterflies and I'm not very good at it.
But I mean, public
I'd rather
speaking
that
is
than my
different.
singing. Apparently my singing is not very good.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah,
Well, we'll keep you away from the singing. That's fine. But we got you a gin and tonic. It's fine. We loosen the tongue,
There you go.
Deirdre, obviously you're synonymous with Cheshire Homes, and it's the Summer Strand
Yes, that's right.
the version chapter or whatever you call it.
Summer
Summer
Strand
Strand branch
Here we go.
of Cheshire Homes.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
Cheshire Homes like a very huge thing? Is it all every country, every
But there are about 54 countries. There's
Okay.
200 organizations.
obviously
and
started
whatever.
in Cheshire.
It started with Cheshire. Actually, the first proper home, the official home, was opened in India.
Mm.
And then, Leonard Cheshire's actually been into our home before he passed away. But and there are 16 in South Africa.
So it's his surname.
Leonard Cheshire.
Leonard
Jeffrey
Cheshire.
Leonard Cheshire.
Jeffrey Leonard Cheshire, because I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go.
So and so all over the world.
All over the world, yeah. I've actually been to the Isle of Wight, I think it was. We got lost and we ended up at the door of the Cheshire Homes up there. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it was fabulous.
Okay.
And Mauritius, we went to the one in Mauritius. So yeah, it was fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been
Lucky.
you've been
And
to
in
a
South
couple of
Africa. Yeah.
and so so obviously a very large organization and are they all linked? Obviously.
We
Still keep they keep contact. Are they your bosses? Are they the guys?
Well,
Do they come-
the constitution is the sort of boss.
Okay.
So we all conform to the same constitution, but we're autonomous. So we
Okay.
have our own boards, we have our own way of doing things. And so that helps.
I
Because
suppose with every country, it's got to have this like a cultural difference. There's all sorts of changes that are going to be made. So you have your autonomy,
that's it.
and it's
Yeah.
that initial.
Yeah.
Do they start these branches? Are they still opening branches? Or
Well, not in South Africa. We haven't opened one for many years, but
Okay.
there is a Leonard Cheshire South Africa organization,
Okay.
and we all sort of report into
Okay,
Leonard
so you
Cheshire
do
South Africa.
there's some
And
accountability there.
there is accountability, yeah. But then we've got the Eastern Province branch, which looks after the 4 homes in the Eastern Cape as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And-
it's
and just
kind
for
of a
people-
tree.
That don't know. I mean, just a basic explanation of what
Yeah.
Cheshire Homes is about.
Okay, so our organisation, Summer Strand organisation, is for physically disabled adults.
Okay.
So we have physically disabled adults that live at Cheshire. So we look after all their needs. So from accommodation to care, nutrition to transport to spiritual needs to activities, all of that. And then we've also got a little outreach called Kaya Cheshire.
Okay.
So Kaya Cheshire is in Woomera Township at the moment, but we are looking to bring Kaya Cheshire back to Summer Strand.
Okay, as well.
And Kaya Cheshire is our little outreach centre, and it is for 23 disabled children from Woomera Township.
Wow,
So we
okay.
just look after them during the day, basic education, and just a bit of nutrition and care as well. And then
I mean, that's a big
huge, yeah.
ask though. Hey, I mean, 23 kids and all
Yeah.
physically disabled. That require. I mean, what kind of staff are you running there?
So Kaya Cheshire is lucky. We can run on about 3 staff. We've got a driver and a cook and a teacher from the UK, and they do a wonderful job. They look after the 3. Sometimes there's 18 children, sometimes there's 23, but we can take up to 23. Yeah. And then we've got about 27 to 28 staff at Cheshire at Summer Strand. Because we've got 56 residents there.
Okay.
So it's a big home,
Wow.
but they're family.
Yeah, and obviously the
Babies.
staff have got to be a special kind of person.
Oh yes, yeah.
Do you
yeah.
interview yourself?
Yeah.
So now
But I've made some pretty good decisions in the last couple of years. So I'm very proud of
you
myself.
got a
I've
good radar.
Strong staff. Yeah, I've got a radar.
Got a good radar.
But I've got a very good staff, and I'm very happy. Yeah. So they're very supportive, and they run their departments extremely well. So, and it's so nice to work with them. They're a lot of fun as well. You've got to have fun.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. All right. And we're in again. My goodness. Okay, so your internet went down, obviously load shedding somewhere along with the 4-foot line. That's all right. We can survive. But yeah, we're talking about other things now while we've been off air. But so Cheshire running and stuff as well, because I know you're lucky running. We'll get to that too. But Cheshire, so a special kind of staff, obviously your and your the I mean, it must be like a family in there.
Oh, it is completely.
Because everybody stays there all the time. It's like a hotel that never, people never leave.
When they ask us what our operating hours are, we say we open 24/7. But don't you close for Christmas? No, where does that go? So no, we open 24/7. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a very, very good, strong staff complement. So it's fun working there. Yeah,
true. You can never close.
No, we can't close. Yeah. Some of them go home for Christmas, and some of them will go home for like Easter holidays or visit family and so on. But most of the time we're there. We're operating.
Sort them out.
Yeah.
And I know. I mean, Cheshire has been in the past quite nicely supported by the community, but there's always a need. I know. You might have a source of funding, and then the next month it doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
So you're relying on that sort of thing,
Exactly.
Is it only the funding sort of structure? Does it work only through donations and stuff, or is it also the obviously the people that are staying there pay?
Some of them pay. Some of them that can afford to pay. Over the years, obviously family dwindle, and so you don't hear from them anymore. But there is a monthly fee which is supposed to be paid. And then we get like 17% of our expenses from the department.
Department as well. Okay, so they do help.
They do give us a bit when they're not late, and with all respect. And then we get fundraising. We've got our little secondhand shops on the premises, which is our clothing shop and our book shop and our whatnot shop. And those are just so well supported by the public. So I'm so grateful for that. And then we do fundraising events like our Fate, our annual Fate, which was such a good event this year. I mean, we had a record Fate this year. So it was really good. And then we've got a couple of events coming up for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of what's coming up? What can they support? Which are the ones here? Please tell us.
Okay, cool.
Any way that you can support, obviously, tell people.
Okay, fabulous. So our first one coming up is on the 1st of September, and it's an 80s show. Well, it's not an 80s show. It's definitely nowhere near center stage, but it's an 80s trivia evening. So about the series and movies and actors and everything from the 80s.
Sharon. Not Sharon doing it. It's used to
in-house.
Lovely. Okay.
But it's open to the public to come and buy tickets and support us. Okay, cool. And we'll have prizes for best dress. We want to see all the limo and the big hair and
80s
and 80s style.
Love 80s.
Love 80s. Best era. And then we've got a golf day on the 29th of September. So which is being supported by, we've got some great title sponsors which I can't mention yet.
Okay.
But and
still negotiations still underway.
It's signing on the dotted line.
Okay.
But it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a Humid golf course, and they're welcome to get hold of me if they want to enter a 4-ball. There's going to be so many prizes, and Fitting Leeds is also going to be there. So
Gary DeBrain, good,
Gary,
well done.
And so we've got that coming up, and then October we've got our Great Strides again, which is our nice big walk, and and then next year we've got some exciting things lined up. I've got a meeting this week about something next year, which
okay. Well, then you can just let us know. You can just let me know. Absolutely. And I think Gary might be online again as well. I think we are online again with the fiber if we need to. Just saying that our internet, we've got our backup internet going as well.
See, Peter Graham's awake.
Peter, yes. Let's have a look at some of the comments here while we're here. Let's see. Let's have a look. Mimi Rupp.
Hey, Mimi.
She's such a legend as well. Stone, etc. Stone, etc. And of course they're doing all. She did up. I get my paving from her. She's the best. They are the best.
She's amazing.
I don't think there's anybody. I mean, for paving and that sort of thing, there's nothing really else that sort of compares.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But that shop of hers. I mean, you need to go in there with a full month pay.
Yeah, you do. You do absolutely fabulous work. Top Dogs, Therapy Dogs, and the NPO Chagga, and I work with to do regular visits as well.
They're fabulous.
What is that? Tell me about
the Top Dogs group. Nanette and James and the team that they bring their whole little group of doggies, and there's
Oh, yeah.
Zach the border collie, and there's Popcorn, and they're just the most beautiful dogs, and the residents love it. It's the therapy. It's fantastic.
So
for them. They get to hold and pet the dogs and take the dogs for little walks, and it's just fantastic. Yeah.
Dogs, I mean, the animals in general are always good for that therapy.
Yeah.
They just love unconditionally. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a Peter Graham. I see that. It's Rita. Great place.
Rita.
They looked after my late husband. I really need to pop in.
That's right. Yes, Rita.
Well,
Look forward to seeing you.
Pop in for a cup of coffee.
Yes, anytime.
Or a G&T. You never know what Deidre's going to have.
Up on stage. Peter Graham.
Peter
There's
Graham.
my daughter. I love my baby.
There we go, Megs. And Peter Graham, of course, at the German club as well, a lot as well. He's still at the German club there, Peter,
Yes.
and he still at ACS, the printing.
That's right. He still does my business cards for me.
Oh, he's still
Yeah.
I
I don't even use his business cards, but I still use them.
Peter's a good, well-known chap around town. I think Peter must
Yeah.
come on the show sometime.
Yes.
So, Peter, come on.
Peter,
Don't be a lazy
warming the
bugger.
seat for you.
We'll get you in. We'll get you in. All right, and then so I mean, how did you start with Cheshire Homes? Where did that come?
Sure. Well, my folks used to work there many years ago.
Oh.
So my mom got involved as a volunteer, and then she became the bookkeeper. And then my dad was working at the community chest, and he went over to Cheshire Homes. So they were there for years, and through that I got involved with the fete and with the board and doing functions and flipping pancakes. I think I've probably flipped like 5 years worth of pancakes and fates. So it was always with events and stuff. And I mean, how they didn't kill each other. I mean, they worked together, lived together. Everything was just Cheshire. And I think it sort of just became a part of me. It was sort of indoctrinated, and everything I did was just like Cheshire.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So I got to know the residents and so on. And then when Dad hit retirement age, the board, my dad wasn't part of the interview process. I just need to make that.
Oh, yeah, yes.
And so the board phoned me and said, "Look, come in for an interview." And I've been there now for 7.5 years. Love it.
Okay, so
Love it.
7.5 now.
Not in a
Because-
hurry to go anywhere.
And it's funny when you when it's like that, when you grow up with it,
Yes.
it feels like home.
Yes,
as well,
exactly.
because you know it so well, it's so familiar
Yeah.
in that way. It's like always think like all the different churches out there. You know, you go like I'm a Catholic, and I mean I'm very bad because I haven't been to church for ages, and I know Father Jonathan out there. He always sees me in Spa, and he says, it's number 156 House Road. I'm like, I know, Father, but. It's strange that when you in a situation like that and you grow up in that church or that business or whatever it's going to be, it feels like home, and other things. Other people might not be comfortable, but
Exactly.
you are.
I just love it.
Yeah.
It's never a matter of, you get a lot of people that will get up and say, "Oh God, I've got to go to work today." For me, it's just like getting up and going to family. It's just like moving myself from one home to the other, and it's awesome, And Megan, my daughter, has also just been a part of it since a baby, since she was like 3. So she's also grown up with it, and Lovey's also become a big part of Cheshire.
Lovey, yes, I love this. Lovey's is it your partner or your husband or
a boyfriend? Yes.
Boyfriend, the boyfriend keeps you young. But I love it. It's Lovey. It's always Lovey. Lovey goes is everything. I'm sure Lovey getting pulled into this Homewood.
He does.
The golf day as well.
Oh, absolutely. He plays all the golf. He hasn't got a choice.
Oh, yeah.
No, he hasn't got a choice.
I know that feeling.
You do.
Yes. Philip has an Olsen golf day, and I can't not do it.
You can't say you're busy doing Gino show.
Otherwise, no nookie for the next year.
You can't have that.
No, we can't have that. So we just do what we told.
Exactly.
And so, well, let's go a little bit into the history, because it'd be interesting to find out, where were you born and where did you grow up?
Oh man, I'm such a proud Shark supporter. I was brought up in Natal, yes, in Mooi River, Daikaba Plat, and went to school in Howick. And then my folks moved, so we had to go to 2 years of my life, which I don't talk about. We went to Kimberley, and I was at Kimberley Girls High. Actual fact, Belinda Sullivan, who might be watching tonight, was at school with me as well.
Oh, no way.
Right?
Kimberley, was that with the sister school to CBC?
Yeah, one of them, yes. Yeah. We used to meet them at Harkey. So
really? Okay.
Yeah, and then it was to Cape Town to study, to be a teacher, and then...
teaching?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy school? I mean, did you... How were you at school?
If my mom and dad are watching, I loved school.
The parents are watching. Are the parents watching? Where? Tell us some stories. Remind Deirdre about some stories of when she gave you guys such
Some
appeal.
grey hairs.
Yes.
And then, so it was Kimberley for 2 years. And then I went to Cape Town, studied there, and I taught at a fabulous school called Boston Primary School. And I taught there for about 8 years. And it was it was fabulous. Yeah, I loved teaching.
What junior primary, senior primary?
No, primary school.
So primary,
Yeah,
so
primary
it's
school. So
a
a grade
B
4.
pyramid.
B pyramid,
Was
something
the
like
B
that.
pyramid, is that your
That was
degree?
it. So
Okay,
yeah,
same
and
as
I
Philippa.
coached rugby, and I coached
Coach rugby.
rugby, hockey, cricket, soccer, you name it.
Did
And
you
it was
just-
probably the toughest thing I ever had to do was to ref a rugby match.
Oh, I thought the cricket might have been touch and go with the LBWs and that. I mean, how do you?
There was one LBW story, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh, really? You're just like out.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got called some choice words.
I'm sure.
And then, but the rugby dads were on the side of the rugby field. They were the best. I mean, they just didn't think I could do it as a blonde, you know. But anyway,
Okay. And you
it's
handled
fine.
it.
I handled it. Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. Oh, good.
Yeah.
We need a strong woman. So,
Absolutely.
okay, so leave school,
Yeah.
straight into varsity, into teaching,
Yeah.
8 years,
Yeah.
and then Cape Town. So what took you away from Cape Town? Were your folks always here?
My folks were in PE. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your folks had moved
Yeah.
down from Kimberley to here then,
That's right.
and you were
yes.
like, I'm not going to PE.
At that stage, no. But I don't think I've been back to Kimberley since I matriculated. So, no reunion. We'll see.
Comrades
Lovely
Club.
people, but no, I'm not a Kimberley fan.
Okay.
It was a halfway house. It was close to the halfway house. I only know because we walked past it to go to church, you know.
Oh,
So it
yes,
wasn't because
yes,
we went there.
Okay.
And then we went to, then I moved back to PE
Okay.
with my daughter in 2003.
Why would
So-
you have moved from PE from school to
here? I got a job with Shoprite Checkers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and I started working here at Shoprite Checkers for public relations.
Okay.
And I spent
PR.
PR.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, you can do that. You're a people person.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Not in the mornings, not early. And then, so I spent 4 years doing Shoprite Checkers PR, and I actually enjoyed it. I had good functions, met some great people, and then.
Well, I know that I think you got us some gigs there at one stage as well.
Yes, many moons
I
ago, with
remember.
everyone and the toaster.
Yes.
Loved that show. And then after that, it was into Gadani. I got a position at Gadani, so I did the
Okay.
National Lottery for 8 years.
Lottery. Okay, because
Lottery.
Gadani is
Yeah.
the lottery operator.
Yeah.
I quite like that story because I used to when I started, I used to deliver flowers. So my first job, and it was the best ever because whenever I delivered flowers to anybody, they were always like, "Oh,
Yeah.
the best!" Like you always. So I'm
Exactly.
sure Lotto was the same,
Pretty much the
or
same.
even better.
Yeah. No, when they used to come into the little office and they hand their ticket over, and if we got up and closed the door, then they knew this is good. So then they'd sit down and yeah. So we paid out some big winners.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the biggest?
Probably about 23 million, I think.
23 million.
Yeah.
Imagine getting that.
And we had a
Just
guy
out of
that had
nowhere.
won 10 million, and it took him about 7 months to realize that his ticket was worth anything. Yeah, so
7
we waited
months.
a long time. Yeah, but it was great. It was great fun. Yeah, it was good fun as well.
And you got. I suppose were there any times when the guy had lost the ticket or didn't anything like that?
There were some funny stories. It was
Yeah.
people in Newtowneg that claimed that they had won, and they had given their ticket to this person that came to their house, and they'd scanned the ticket and said, "No, they've definitely won this money." And then he took the ticket because he was going to go and do the transfer.
Oh,
No,
my
anyway,
soul.
there was nothing on his ticket anyway.
Oh, okay.
It became a huge story. You know, there was
Is it?
some
Oh.
big companies involved.
Oh, really? Oh,
It was quite funny.
no. So, yeah, I'm sure when someone thinks they've won millions around, they're going to try and fight for it.
Disappointment. Oh goodness, yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean like
Afterwards,
one number out?
One number out, or yeah.
Oh, no. They come there like, it's 7, it's 6, nothing. Because it's either like everything or nothing, isn't
Thank
it?
you for playing.
Yeah. No.
Oh no, it was great fun though. I enjoyed
Don't
it.
see, I didn't have to do that. I was like, I hear the flowers. Oh, no, you're not getting them.
So sorry, you can only have 3 of the bunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to work.
Just so 23 million. That
Yeah.
must have been great.
Oh, that's
Any
wonderful.
funny stories you can remember from there?
No, but I can't repeat that one. Can I repeat that one?
Well, I mean, if you don't have to give names.
No, I can't give names.
Yeah.
But there was a lady that came into the office, and I don't think she thought that she'd won much, and
Yeah.
she sat down and she said, no, her and her friend, if they win this, they're going to go on a boat cruise.
Yeah.
And she was so bubbly and excited, and she suddenly from all the excitement, she took off her jersey and we were trying to read what her t-shirt said. And eventually, after a while, we said, can you just calm down? Yes, you have won 2-point-something million. What does your shirt say? And it's Visio for Kentucky.
Visio for Kentucky.
So we had a good giggle.
She didn't have to worry after 2-point-something million.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So we used to do follow-up visits on these people if they won big money. So, and we had labels for them, like the guy that took 7 months, we called him Lucky. So we'd go and check on Lucky every couple of months, and we go and check on Visha for Kentucky every so many months as well. And she went on her boat cruise, which is great. We had a lady from East London that played 1 row, and I'm not saying this is how you must do it, but she played 1 row, and the numbers were sent to her by her ancestors.
Holy myself.
1 row of numbers, and she won 2-point-something million. I think she was a teacher, actually, yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So, you know,
that's just teaching her all the wrong things. It's teaching her all the, it's like you must teach your children to be lucky.
Yes. Oh no, it was funny. Oh yeah.
Jeez,
and you had people that came and said that they knew exactly how to win the lotto, and they had all these ideas of, you know, so many lines of quick picks and so many numbers, and they used to monitor the numbers coming out every week, and they had all these theories.
No.
It's just luck.
Just luck in the end. I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I mean, and anybody that got a whole lot of money, because I love these stories where the guys blow it completely.
Yes.
Like they just blow every cent.
Yes,
and they end up in the gutter again.
That's why you must never tell anyone that you've won it. You just keep very, very quiet. Yeah. Don't
So
just
the
go
families,
extravagant.
the families come and
Out the woodwork.
hello, hi, lovely to see you again.
Yes, yeah, and you
Isn't
were.
So
you
you-
wedding? No.
Did you see any of those happen? Did you watch any
Yes,
of that
yeah.
in front of your
But
eyes?
we used to counsel them. So we used to say to them, okay, listen here, pay school fees and, you know, pay off your debt, pay off your bond and whatever.
Yeah.
So we used to, and then we used to get financial advisors in for them.
Okay,
as
so
well.
they do actually,
Yeah, no, it was
there was
proper.
a thing like that they had to do.
Exactly.
Because to move to that to Cheshire Homes, it's like almost like you're asking forgiveness now. Okay, I've done the lotto for I don't know how long. I can't do this. Let me just give my life
I've gone
to
from
charity.
paying out money to asking for money all the time. It's quite different on the
I know.
supper table.
And well, I'm sure that your lotto connections might have helped for funding and stuff as well.
Well, we do apply it, you know,
Yeah,
every 2 years or so, you know, and we have been lucky in the past. So our lotto application is in there. So please hold those. Yeah.
We'll do. Camilla, did any people absolutely, yes, that's what I say, they absolutely waste their winnings.
Oh, yes.
For sure. What now? Come on, what crap did they buy?
Oh,
Yeah, how'd they blow
no.
it?
Well, some of the people that won, you know, below the million or so, you don't keep track of their winnings.
okay.
And the other guys, there was a guy that won quite a substantial amount of money, and he bought more taxis so that he could invest back into his company. And he
Wow.
would, you know, so he had more taxi drivers out there. I think
Okay.
he actually
Maybe.
still drove taxis himself. He didn't actually stop driving because he'd won X amount of
Yeah,
money.
okay.
Yeah, so I was quite proud of him.
That's
you know.
pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
So it's just good.
Okay, but
Yeah.
not the ones that just spend it on wine and women and song.
Yeah, no.
Many musicians that won it. That's what they would have done.
No, I won't speak out, don't worry.
All right. So then, from Lotto, did you move
Yeah.
to Cheshire after Lotto, or did you have another gap in between?
I had a 3-month just rest period.
Oh,
and that was fabulous.
just like-
just rest. I did nothing.
It
And I
couldn't
started
be
running then.
You
Yeah,
saw?
I started running then.
Oh,
So that
running.
became my hobby. Yeah.
Now running. I know you like your running. You with the 32 GI, is that right?
That's it.
30
GI.
32 GI.
Club.
So it's a club here in town, and it
Yes.
seems very popular. Tell me about 30? Because I've seen it. I've seen
Yes.
the things and where
Blue
you
and
run
the
from.
yellow. So we run from Victoria Park Drive.
Okay.
Every Thursday night is our town trial.
Yeah.
And we're
From the club, from Eddie Max.
Opposite.
Yeah,
Yeah, from our club president and his wife, they've offered up a little space at their house, and so we do the socialising there as well. Sometimes we say that we're a drinking club with a running problem,
Yes.
but we're such a close club, and we have a lot of fun together. It's all like-minded people that get together and we support each other. We pull each other through marathons. I never thought I'd ever see myself do a 2 Oceans, but hell yeah, I've got one behind the belt,
Oh, wow.
and I will
2
still be
Oceans.
doing. Yes, I will
It's a
still
tough
be doing
one.
Comrades at some stage in my life. Yeah.
Oh, she was, I can't.
Now, come on,
do
Gino.
it. No, I
Now, come on, you can take
Comrades.
Gerda staying on easily.
No,
Gerda,
Gerda, I've met Gerda. She's such a lovely lady. Yeah, she did the spa.
Fantastic.
She was
Yeah.
part of the runs that they were doing, for their Grand Prix and stuff.
Oh, yes.
I did. Gary puts on questions every now and again here, so
Yes.
you spot them. She says Diedre enjoys hip hop. Did you have a hip hop?
I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, 8 weeks ago.
8 weeks.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to make me faster, but we'll see. Yeah.
Maybe get some PBs.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so that was, it was about 2 years coming, and I think it might have been a fall off a bicycle that triggered it. But anyway, so I've had my hip, and I'm now a bionic woman, so I'm hoping that I will be able to do some running before the end of the year. Lovey actually bought me a pair of running shoes, and he said to me, that's my incentive for good behavior.
Oh.
So I'm only allowed to wear them if I behave and do what the doctor told me to do.
Good thinking,
So
Lovey.
yes, I'll be able to start running again. So yeah, but I promise at work, I mean, you're on your feet the whole time. So by the end of the day, if I look at my watch, I've probably done half mine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's the steps. There's the steps. Any more comments here, Gary? I see there's something.
There's Thelma.
Lovey, Andrew Stewart says, Lovey got lucky. Right?
Oh, Wacky.
Nice.
Lovely Wacky.
Well, there we go. Fernando Angelou.
Fernando.
Tell us how your thing with Fernando has got his. He's got a place out there, Comaway,
Yes.
that they had a big Harley Davidson thing on this weekend, and I wonder how it went. Let us know how that went, Fernando.
Yes,
That sounds like
definitely.
Thelma Leach says, thanks to the superwoman.
Oh, Thelma.
The superwoman bee.
I'm on visit again. She's a superwoman herself.
Do you know
And
Thelma?
I'm
What is
Yes.
Thelma do?
So Thelma I met through her husband Butch, and Butch is one of the Poison Dwarfs.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
What
if you've
is
heard
that?
about the
Poison Dwarfs. No.
So they're a group of golf guys,
Okay.
and it's a long story about how they formed their club, and they're just the
Okay.
most amazing group of gentlemen.
Oh,
And so they have a golf day once a year, and
Okay.
the funds that they raise through the golf day is for Cheshire.
great.
And you
Well done.
so Theo and his wife will pitch
There's
up and
Theo.
do some beautiful work for the residents and make fun of, with Women's
Yeah.
Day and pamper sessions and cupcakes, and gosh, they're just
Lovely.
amazing.
Thank you, Theo. Thanks for that. I love it. Anything on your bucket list now? I mean, you've had quite a diverse sort of job sort of journey.
Yes, yeah.
Is there anything on bucket list that you've done or that you'd still like to do?
I have done some silly things, and I'm hoping I'm off the hook now with bungee jumping. So I've done the small bungee, and I'm hoping I don't have to
You
do
say
the big
small bungee. What is that?
That was the one at Mossel Bay, the 65-meter one. Yeah, but I know there's that 217-meter one.
I thought you just get to like 2 meters, 3 meters, death, and then it just becomes one.
No, there was a small one and then the big one.
Okay.
So, but
I think you die on either.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then that long one, I think on the way down, it's tickets. So I've done the bungee jumping. My bucket list, yes, I need to jump out of an airplane. I need to go and do a tandem jump, and I need to do crocodile cage. No, I've done crocodile cage. I need to do shark cage dive.
Did you do crocodile? What is
Crocodile
it?
cage.
Here we go. Go skydiving with a daughter, says Meg.
Absolutely. Anytime,
Yeah.
my baby. Are you paying?
Yeah, that's it. No, we'll find somebody. We've got
Yeah.
somebody offered me one, but I'm like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
no.
It was somebody that came on the show. Offered me, said I must go
Skydiving.
skydiving.
Oh, yes, you have to. And I'd love to go on a jet. I'd love to go like on a Stu Davidson jet. I mean, that
I've
would be.
been.
Have you been?
I did that.
And?
There's a video to prove that I passed out properly.
Really? Oh, you passed really?
Yeah. For like a
Like
couple of
a-
seconds.
Oh, really?
Oh, he did like 9 Gs. And he was like fresh as a daisy. He was fresh as a daisy. He got out there playing. I was hurling my lungs out.
Can you take a bath bag?
No, he didn't.
Or don't you get a chance to bath?
No, he just feel very sick.
Oh, okay. Yes, so I'll be doing that.
Now tell us about the croc diving. What's this? A cage you jump in?
It was actually quite fabulous. It was by chance. We went and did the Kango Marathon this year. In
Is it
February.
Oudtshoorn?
Yes, Oudtshoorn, before the hip hop. And it was a wonderful marathon. Actually really enjoyed it. There was a whole group of us. And on the last day, Lovey and I said, let's go to the Kango Caves. We haven't been for a while. And let's go to the ostrich
Highgate.
Highgate. and we went to the farm, the ostrich farm, and we got there and they've got crocodile cage diving. And we said, well, what the hell? We haven't done this before. Let's try this. And they literally put you into this cage and they lower you into a tank with these huge crocs swimming around you. And
you got a mask or
well, you goggles.
Goggles and-
There's a little bit of, you can come up.
Yeah, because you can't see much in there's very muddy water, isn't it?
No, not really. It's a bit green. It's like the nice nickel Nicholas Colour, and he had no
Okay,
beard, yeah.
okay,
But
oh, yeah,
it's a bit of
maybe-
greenwood, but this croc is so inquisitive. So he comes right next to the cage like this, and you make eye contact. And then you take away, you go down, and he just watches you the whole time. And then you come up, and you've got this. Oh, it's frightening.
Yo.
So, but it was fun.
They watch
It's
you.
worth trying it. It's worth trying it. They watch you. Yeah. And then he hovers around you and like swims around
It's like
you.
yum,
And
yum,
he's just
yum.
thinking it's food. Yeah.
Yo.
So, yeah, I'm glad I've
So
done that.
hectic.
Done that. Got the t-shirt.
Jeez, like, I see
Love
Dave
that.
Hers online as well.
Ah, Dave. Yes, Dave.
Yeah, Dave and Dave organises the. Well, he's obviously
Dave.
at the Grey. He's been on the show as well.
Yes.
But he's the Grey chairman, the old Grey chairman, and he does this little seagull motor thing, which is a seagull race. So we're hoping for the seagull race a little bit later on in the year.
Okay,
And
Dave,
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to that.
I'll come and watch.
But yeah, so croc diving and that marathon there. That's because I know the Marionspoort is around there.
No,
as well.
Marionspoort is, I think, from Durist, I think, or
Yeah.
Durist, Utenag, somewhere. Utenag, listen, let me far.
Yeah.
I've done that one a few times. That one's also quite nice. But
Yeah.
I think Two Oceans was my highlight. I mean,
It's a tough race.
It's tough.
It's up and down and up and down. 56 as well. It's not.
56,
You may as well
yeah.
do a Comrades then.
Exactly. I've done, I think, 6 or 7 Arguses. I haven't checked. I've done those. I did with my dad every year, which was special. And but I'd like to go back and do 10 of those. I'd like to get my green number on those.
Okay, August.
So that's next year. Well, Cape Town Cycle Tours it's called now. So I'll
Okay.
go and do that next year, March or April, whenever it is, and then maybe leave the running for a little bit later in the year.
We've had Henriette on the show. You met Henriette?
Yes.
She's got what, 7 Augusts?
She's that's a
Hey?
machine.
She
Yo, she's a
is
machine.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
No.
And I just, I mean, starting cycling myself. I mean, did you say you broke your hip? I heard your hip. on cycling.
I was cycling in Joburg with my dad, and I took a bit of a sharp corner on a wet road, and landed on the hip.
So you're roadie.
I'm a roadie, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't got onto a mountain bike yet. Once or twice, some fun occasions, but I need to, I wouldn't mind having a mountain bike and being able to do both,
Yeah.
But one day. and I'll
It's
do both.
the easiest stuff on mountain bikes. Great fun, the single tracks and the stuff. But
Yes.
when you start with the hills and then your cleats and the hills and the things, then it gets a bit technical.
Yeah.
You do
I've
wipe
seen
out
all the
properly.
grazes and everything from my friends that do mountain bikes. I'm
sure.
a bit nervous.
Granny is too old to find the comments, but she says hello.
I miss my mom and dad.
Oh no, she's got to
Mum.
watch it on YouTube, so she can make the comments from YouTube. That's it.
Sweet.
Show your granny how to do it. We're okay. You can just shout them.
Oh, goodness.
No, message Megs and she will. What's your
Yeah.
mom's name?
Alicia.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Alicia's message Megs and she'll tell us what to say. Tell her what to say.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Oh,
But so you
fantastic.
folks are overseas.
Yeah, so they immigrated with my brother and his wife and the kids, and they've been in the Isle of Man now for about 2 years.
Isle of Man?
Isle of Man.
Whoa, how the motorbikes, eh?
Yes, the TT.
TT.
So that's like also one of the bucket list items is to go and see the TT.
Was that a reason with your dad? Is he into motorbikes as well as bicycles?
No, they did the trip on like a 3-wheeler motorbike. They take you on the whole trip of a TT. But I think they just wanted a new experience in life.
Yeah.
So, and they were probably worried I'd make them do pancakes at their face. So I think they ducked before I could get them back into the face.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic. So, and how many years did they spend in PE? Must have been a long time.
Yeah, they were. Dad and Mom were at Cheshire for about 14 years. So they spent, and they did amazing work at Cheshire. They really did. They did a lot of work, and even Maria Stott worked with Mom for a long time, and Hillary.
Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary.
Okay.
And but my folks were wonderful for Cheshire. They really, really were.
And I know Philippa's cousin Pia is there, Cheshire.
Yes.
Pia is always there. I don't know if Pia's actually watching. If they're watching it, I mean, you can watch it later if he doesn't watch it now.
Exactly.
But any of the residents at Cheshire, you want to say?
Oh, all of them. They all. I've sent them the link tonight. I don't know if any of them got into the link tonight, but I'm so
put it on
proud
the
of
TV.
every single one of you. You are just absolutely so amazing, so inspirational, and you just make life absolutely worth it. I just love you.
No, there's always so many things in the way. There's so many obstacles, but they go.
Exactly. And sometimes people say, "Oh, they're my inmates," and I think during lockdown they were like inmates, and I felt so sorry for them during lockdown. So we did so many activities every day. We did almost every. I mean, it was wonderful because I didn't do admin for like 2 years, but and it was so nice. It was just being able to spend time with them and get to know them on such a different level.
Locked in that spot.
It was hard. Eh?
Who are your favorites? And You're the
They're all
guys
my
that always-
favourites.
who's got the sense of humor?
Who's got the sense of humor? Well, I love Pierre with his sense of humor. And then you've got Yanni, our ambassador, that always sits at Spa selling tickets.
Oh, okay.
And old Danny and Jeff, you know, they work in
Okay.
the shops, and Sandy that works in the shops, Arlene, and they all add and they all contribute to everything of the home. You know, they all have such talent. And I think everyone is so quick to focus on the disability, the fact that they haven't got use of their arm or their leg or whatever the story is, but they've all got such abilities.
Yeah.
They play golf, they do arts and crafts, they do art, they do mouth painting, they do they work in the shops, they work with money, they sell tickets, they sew, they bake, there's so much that the residents can do. They braai. Benny makes the most amazing braais.
I know Ed Gucci comes around there and there's a
Oh,
bribe and I think
man.
Ed.
Ed
Somebody tag Ed because
is-
Ed's got to.
he's-
I know he loves Cheshire. as
He
well.
does. He's
He
such a
really
good
does.
supporter.
Yeah.
But you know what? There are so many organisations and companies in PE that just need a huge shout out from me from today.
Really?
Really, you guys have been amazing. You really are amazing.
Yeah.
You know, when times were tough during lockdown and we didn't get our subsidy,
Oh.
you know, the bikers, they would pitch up and they had donations for us and so on. And you know, people just out of the blue, Lord Domini and my sorority sister friends, they pitched up with food, and it was just amazing just to see how the community pulled together during lockdown. So thank you. If I haven't said thank you to you, I'm saying thank you to everybody now for everything that you've done.
It certainly did that whole lockdown thing certainly did push the community together.
It was
Like you realize
strong.
that we locked down now and we are and because of the lockdown, you also it gives you that whole feeling of like, okay, we're all together here in this little small space.
Exactly.
And we've got to do this, you know.
Yeah.
So the companies, the local companies, you want to support those local guys as opposed to the big internationals. Who cares about the internationals? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
the money just goes out of town, you know.
Exactly.
We've got to support our local guys, and our local
Exactly.
people.
And even my Rotary Club, I must mention my Rotary
Oh
Club.
yes,
I'll go
which
with
one?
that.
Is it
Rotary Club? Oh,
because you got to be which one it is, you know, the Rotary.
Yeah,
So.
no, my Rotary Club of Rotary. But anyway, they were absolutely phenomenal during lockdown as well. I mean, they just made things happen.
Yeah.
So I think just a shout out to everybody that just helped us through that lockdown period. You know, these times that you go to bed and you think, where is it going to come from? And it just happens. You know.
Good.
Yeah, so it's really, it was, listen, we had such fun, and we started something called the Olympics
Oh,
during lockdown. So
Okay, yeah.
it's kind of like almost our fourth year, I think, or third, so just before lockdown.
Yeah.
And every year we do this Olympics, and we have these different stations, and each station there's some different activity, but there's something that everybody can do.
yes.
You know, so whether it's how many Smarties you can get from one bowl to the other, to pin the tail on the donkey, or
Yeah.
musical statues, like musical chairs, whatever. And we have so much fun. And we did it the other day, and we had people from all over that just pitched and said, we're here to do Mandela Day, 67 minutes, and what can
That
we
is
do?
do.
Edge, obviously, always.
Oh,
Edge,
sure,
you guys
yes.
are awesome.
Yes.
And they just pitched and played. And so that's becoming such a nice, like an annual event.
Yeah.
And it's not a money spinner, but it's for the residents.
Yeah,
You know,
it's-
sometimes you just,
Good fun.
it's about the residents. You know?
It's good. It is. I
Exactly.
love that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know, and I also love a shout out to Ed because I know he's always involved. And he just gives himself.
just
He's a
amazing.
bloody nut, but he gives of himself so much.
Sure. I hope they enjoyed the cake. We dropped off a cake for them the other
Yeah,
day.
sure.
Sweet man.
Okay, let's have a quick look if there's any more comments, and then we can go into also obviously any other hobbies and stuff that you've got as
Thank
well.
you.
Miss Uncle Les at our golf days, he taught
Yes.
Diedre well.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. My dad loved the golf, hey?
Dave,
Yes.
Les was what a legend, such a gentleman. He knows his rugby.
Exactly. No, he does.
Such
Hey?
a pops, eh?
My dad, he actually coached Natal Cravenbeat.
Oh,
Yes, yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, so he loved his rugby. And then of course we've got Jimmy Smith Belton next door, which is fantastic ref of note. And he volunteers at Cheshire. And that's another part of Cheshire. I need to say that the volunteers have been fantastic. Hey? So
So you
we're
get people
always
coming in.
looking for volunteers to come and
Yeah.
work in the shops or spend time with the residents or play games with them or whatever.
where are the
Right.
shops? Where are the shops situated?
So our shops are in 7 Gomery Avenue in Summerstrand. So
Okay.
you can either drop off any time of the day, like so we open 24/7,
Okay.
or we can collect. You know,
Okay.
we're always driving
7
around
Gomery.
collecting. Yeah.
And it's in the building with you guys.
Yeah.
You haven't got other ones because I know there's some charity shops here in Walmer. There's some.
Yeah.
I don't know
Get
what
over
that
on
is.
jazz,
Okay,
yeah.
it's
So we're
all other charities.
autonomous, yeah. So anyway, so Dad and the rugby, and it was actually such a privilege. We've got residents at Cheshire Homes that belong to the Chris Burger Rugby Fund.
Okay.
And so we went up
Oh,
to Cape Town
wow.
for a function, and we got
Rugby
to
injury.
meet, some celebrity ex-rugby players like Mornay Duplessis and John Smith, and they were so wonderful. They were shout-outs for our residents, and our residents are such big fanatics, rugby fanatics.
I'm sure.
When it's rugby days, they sit in front of that TV. They all wear different caps, different hats, from Western Province to New Zealand. And then I always say my one resident, Marion, I have to mention this, this is my thing. Her only disability is that she supports the Bluebills.
Oh dear.
So it's a big joke. We can banter about that.
No,
but so they're big rugby fanatics. And golf. Graham Well Golf Academy.
Oh, Graham Well.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, he sends his guys every single Monday, Tuesday, and they come and play golf with our residents religiously. So, and the residents are good.
Graham, good on you, Graham.
I wouldn't chip against them. They're very good.
What a legend, Graham, as well. Also,
I
see this one, Davina. You're all angels, says Davina.
Thank you, Davina. Thank
And
you so much.
Davina knows Hillary as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Excellent.
Glenda Clutie says, thanks for all your love for the residents at Cheshire.
Glenda worked with me for about 7 years, and I miss her. And she did so much for the residents in the home as well. So wishing her well out in Somerset West.
But you certainly are putting Cheshire's name out there and getting people to notice, because you pop up everywhere, and you must be. You must just live it.
I do. Yeah.
Totally.
I sometimes feel bad because I think I probably clogged Facebook, and people probably muted me or hidden me for 30 snooze Diedre for 30 days. But I'm passionate about it, and I want people to see that it's an active home, and that our guys are like you and me. Do you know?
Of course.
They're just awesome people. They just need love.
It's so. It's a natural human response to immediately go for the disability, or to so you've got to train. You also got to train yourself as a person to see around that and find the person.
And often people say, "But it must be such a sad place to work."
No.
On the contrary, we're always having fun.
They're great fun. There's always something going on.
There's always something. I mean, on Wednesdays and Fridays when my colleague Janelle comes in, I mean, she's just amazing.
There we go. Ken saying she's Ken Shaw. One day, staying to see and listen to your chat. Thank you for the support at Brett LaRoche.
Oh, shame. They look after my pets when I go for work.
Oh,
and they're just the most beautiful couple. Okay. Thank you, Ken.
Okay, cool. You're also an animal person.
Oh, I love these cats. Yeah. And
cats. Are you a cat lady?
I love other people's dogs. I love other people's dogs.
Other
people's dogs, yeah.
Okay.
But we've got a little Avery at Cheshire. And Shane,
actually... you're cats?
And we've got cats at Cheshire. The cats are actually well behaved. It's the other uninvited pets, the monkeys.
Oh,
so when the students go on holiday, the monkeys pop up from the university and they come and visit us. And there was one in my office today. I had to chase a little blighter out. But I've got a water pistol now. So now I chase them with a water gun.
Buggers, eh?
No, they are. No, they're quite brazen. They walk into the dining room while the residents are sitting there, and they'll just grab something. And they know.
Say that.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy that, and but you say cats, and then the Avery. So
yes, yeah.
Avery's like there seems to be a little bit of juxtaposition there.
Yes, no. The Avery but the residents love birds. They'll go and sit there for hours and watch the birds.
Yes.
And then the monkeys managed to make a hole in the fence the one day, so all the birds escaped. So we had traps all over, hoping the lovebirds would come back.
Oh, you get lovebirds.
Oh, it's hard work, yeah.
All
So
in one group.
56 residents, about 30 birds. We've got about 4 cats.
But you know,
it's a busy day.
It's great. And then they go missing. It's a big thing, and everybody's trying to find the birds, and it's like
exactly.
So there's always some
5
drama.
in the morning. The birds are out. Oh my word!
There's always some drama.
There's always a drama.
I mean, because it's all about the journey, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's it. It's not fun. Shame when the birds disappear.
No.
But it certainly draws everybody together. You've got a mission now.
Exactly.
Find these bloody birds.
The birds, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they have a lot of fun, and they love the cats as well, So the monkeys entertaining. But they're awesome. They really are family. Hey?
Yeah. Sure.
And our volunteers are special. I have to give them a
bit
of recognition because the work that they do. They come in tirelessly, and they spend lots of time with the sorting out of the shops and getting them ready for trade.
Okay.
So and they actually said to me, "Can we open on the first Saturday of every month?" And I said, "Absolutely." So they actually want to give back.
More.
So so we're very proud of our relationship.
And long may it last. That
absolutely.
All right, but now we've got a section in the show now where we need to do the getting to know you questions.
Ooh,
so it's just like rapid fire kind of thing. If you can't think of something immediately, just say pass, and then we'll go for the next one, and we'll see what it shows you about your personality.
All
right, let's do it.
Get to know all about you.
Okay, Diedre-Anne Burger. What is something particularly spontaneous or irresponsible that you've done in your life?
Sure. I suppose it was that last minute decision to jump off a bridge when I'm so scared of heights.
Oh, really?
So that bungee jumping was
Bungee
definitely, yeah, definitely.
You're scared of heights, but you did it.
terrified of heights.
No.
I'm terrified of heights and I'm terrified of spiders. Those are my two big fears. But they said, listen here, don't even think about it. And it took me about 3 times to actually
To the edge.
to get off the bridge.
1, 2,
I kept
3.
held
No.
on, and then I sat on the ledge on the edge, and then eventually I just like, what the hell,
But for somebody with a fear of heights,
no,
that's
that was
big,
big. That was very
it's a big thing.
Yeah, yeah. So that
Well
was
done.
Big. Yeah.
Oh, God, now you want to jump out of a plane?
Yes.
I go one extreme to the other. You know,
He was just blindfold me.
you could just be in the middle somewhere. You don't have to be about it.
No, life is short, eh? I'm one of those that sleep when I'm dead.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
wow, okay. Well, then what is the biggest risk that you've ever taken, like in your life?
Yeah, probably saving my daughter from a spider. There was a spider, she was brand new, I think she was like 2 months old, and I had her on the compactum, and the next thing the spider crawled out from behind, massive poodle. And so I ran out the room, and I suddenly realized, well, I've got a
You
newborn,
left
I've
the
been having
baby
a
there.
baby.
So you got to go
That was
back
the
in.
bravest thing I've ever had to do, was to go in and fetch
Go
my
back
child.
in.
Sorry, Megan.
What is it about spiders? Was it that when you were small, you were attacked by 1,000 spiders?
They used to jump at you in a towel. We had these spiders. They used to actually jump at you if you sprayed doom at them.
Oh,
So, no, I'm terrified.
well,
and I think
wouldn't
it's those eyes. They
I'm
watch
not
you from all over.
surprised. You're spraying them with doom. Like, hey,
Sorry
Help.
to all the animal lovers out there.
help, save me! They
They're
like saying,
poodles. Like they're massive. Imagine these like big hairy poodles.
Are they bigger? Are they
They're
bigger
bigger than
spiders
poodles.
in Durban? This is
They're
tropical
huge, huge.
tarantula news. Oh dear. Okay. Something that people will be surprised to know about you.
I'm actually very shy.
Is it?
Yes.
Really? You don't just say, well, I know you coming on the show was quite a big thing for you. We had to drag her on, let me tell you. It was been quite a thing to get you on.
Yeah, no, I actually really think I'm an introvert. I actually think I'm very shy.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as saying an introvert.
But I'm very
But
nervous.
you're very much a people person.
Yeah, but
One-on-one.
inside, I have butterflies every time I've got to go into a function, to a room or a wall or a
is it?
I die inside.
Bit of anxiety.
Very much, yeah. That's
yeah.
why I had like 2 nails missing when I
Are you
walked
also?
in.
My wife tells me that I'm. What's the word? I'm anxious about socially anxious.
Socially anxious,
Yeah.
yes,
So
definitely.
I don't like to say no to anybody.
Yes.
I don't always say yes.
Well, my best friend Chanel always says to me that I don't know how to say no. So she's trying to teach me how to say no, and it's very difficult. I can't
It's
do it.
Chanel.
Trinell.
Trinell.
Yeah.
Is Trinell online?
Chanel, you better be watching.
Yeah, it's Trinell's online. She would put in the comments a funny story that you can remind her about to tell us. Okay, Trinell. And your mom and dad too. You can phone Megan and ask her to put it online too.
Oh, my goodness.
The hardest you've ever worked?
The hardest I've ever worked. I think it's for Cheshire because, when you're teaching, the children still go home to a family and there's still someone else that takes responsibility from there. The lotto, the winners go home and blow it.
Yes.
ShopRite people buy their products and that's fine. But I think Cheshire, because those people are so dependent on you. So, I think that's probably the hardest I've ever had to do is Cheshire.
Also, I think it's closer to your
It's
heart.
worth it.
Though.
Yeah, definitely.
You feel
I'm not going
like you
anywhere.
feel like home. At
Yeah,
home there. The most bogus rumor that you've ever heard about yourself.
That I'm leaving Cheshire.
Oh, is it? So
Really?
it'll come around once.
Yeah.
Like, I heard you're leaving Cheshire.
Yes,
What?
apparently you're immigrating. No.
Immigrating.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm
No
staying put.
immigration for you.
No immigration for me.
Good.
I'm staying put.
Well, we need people. We need lots of people like you. All right. Biggest learning experience that you've ever had?
You know what? I think it's about sure. There's been so many, and I'm grateful to my parents because they're so grounded, and I think they taught me a lot about life. And I think one of the biggest things was just also learning to accept people in wheelchairs. Very often you get the kids and they like stare.
Yeah.
And my parents introduced me to Cheshire, and I've never stared or wondered or anything like that. It's just been their learning is everything that they've taught me has just been amazing.
Yeah.
So they've built my
Yeah.
foundation
amazing.
on I like
Good.
to think that.
Your folks. That's good. I like that.
I don't mind.
Some of your plans for the future.
You know what I love?
Immigrate. No, I'm joking.
No, definitely travel. I definitely want to go and visit my folks, hopefully, and my family, my brother, and the family next year in the Isle of Man.
Oh,
So
lovely.
definitely want to pop over there. But the rate pound is going, they're going to have to sponsor the tickets.
Jesus, yeah. Are you listening? You're going to need to give a few
Sponsor,
pounds for a ticket.
So I'd love to do that. But also I'd love to travel. I love different cultures, you know. I've been to India and I've experienced the food and the Taj Mahal and all sorts of things. Oh, going on the rides in Disneyland was also something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one, that lift thing that goes up.
Oh.
With my fear of heights, I did that. That was
So you just
traumatic.
attack your fears?
Except the spiders.
Except the spiders, you're not so keen
Except
on
the
the spiders.
spiders.
I
Yeah,
freak out.
except the
Do
spiders.
the Cheshire people know, if they're watching now, that you're scared like this of spiders? You'll have to get in there and get those spiders and put them outside.
Ashley, maintenance manager. Ashley.
Ashley your guy.
He's our house husband. He's our work husband.
Oh.
So he just comes in the soil, saves all the damsels in distress.
Oh, good on you, Ashley.
Go, Ashley.
Well done. If your life had been different than what you, or has your life been different than you imagined?
I think I wanted to go and study teaching. It was always something that I wanted to do, but then I wanted to be the air hostess to travel the world.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think I was too short in those days. I think you had to be a certain height.
Okay,
And then I got a job straight away and started teaching, and I just loved it. So I thought, you know what, maybe that's just for the birds, you know.
Okay.
So I left. I didn't even pursue that at all.
Yeah.
But travel is still something I'd like to do. I mean, I'd love to go to the East, and Lovey took me to Mauritius for my birthday this year.
Oh.
It was
Oh,
magnificent.
well done, Lovey.
It was magnificent. Yeah.
Any more comments that Gary? I was just doing it before.
Oh, it was
We've got a
fantastic.
couple more questions to go.
Oh,
And then we'll
goodness.
see.
School.
What is the worst job that you've ever had?
It was 4 years that I spent in an organization which I really enjoyed, but I just didn't feel it was my thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I just didn't. I didn't enjoy
Yeah.
the time that I spent there.
Yeah.
I met wonderful people. I mean,
Yeah.
when I
But always the people are always okay.
Exactly.
It's just the actual
yeah.
thing. You don't want it was retail vibes.
It was and I think it's because I'm not a corporate person.
Yeah. Okay. So
You know, you're not going to
corporate
catch me in high heels. You'll catch me in jeans and tackies. I'm a jeans person.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter
It's
what
always-
meeting I've got to go to.
No
It's
pencil
jeans
skirt
and-
for you.
I tried it. No, it doesn't look good on me.
Didn't go.
No. You can't get in and out of a car with a pencil skirt. You know, especially trying to get into a car.
Oh, no. That's not
So
good.
jeans and tackies is for me. Yeah.
I see Megan has got a thing. Says she says Trinell says whatever happens at Cheshire stays at Cheshire.
Yes, okay.
No stories here. No
Let's
bad
just
stories are coming out here.
I won't waffle about anything. Okay, Chanel.
Okay. What line should someone never cross with you?
Don't cheat on me. Don't cheat and lie.
Okay.
Be honest with me.
Honest.
If you've got something to say it. If
Okay.
you've got something that you have done, come and tell me about it and we'll
Yeah.
work on the solution.
Okay.
But don't cheat and don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
no.
your integrity.
Yeah, integrity.
Is that for you too? Yeah?
That is crucial. Yeah.
That's all you got in the end. Eh?
Exactly. That
Yeah,
defines, you know, I think
Yeah.
it defines you as well. I think
Does.
if you're going to cheat and lie, then then that
Definitely.
doesn't work for me. Sorry.
All right.
We have tools for things like that.
That's almost the last question. The one I always like to ask is when like you do a lot of functions and things as well, and when something's gone completely wrong, when something's like really messed up.
Goodness. Glenda, how did we deal with that at one stage? I remember that one time.
Yeah. That one time at band camp.
I remember that one time at band camp. And we had some fun camps when we were teaching as well, but I can't go into that. But you know what? It's a matter of just sitting down, taking a breath, and finding a way around it.
Are you under pressure?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There's always deadlines, and there's always something that you've got to get in. And then, you know, working at Cheshire is not easy because there's interruptions at your door 24/7. You know,
Sure.
so now we put a sign up now that says no interruptions between 1 and 3.
Okay, so that's your
1 and
admin
3 is
time.
admin time. But
Okay.
you know what? You don't chase anyone away.
No,
you know,
of
if they
course.
pitch up and this one's needs a hair and a French plait on that one
Yeah.
needs something, and you know what?
So it's like always stuff going
there's
on.
always interruptions. Yeah.
But like if there's been
It's
a function,
fine.
there's been a function that's gone wrong. Often it's stuff that you have no control over. Normally, yes.
No. You know what? No
Doesn't
one
matter.
knows about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know about it, but they don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
So we just make it work. We wing it.
Okay.
We just wing things. If it has
And
to.
your proudest moment?
My proudest moment at Cheshire.
Yeah, not birth of your children. That's
Oh, yeah.
That's,
No. My proudest moment at Cheshire has probably just been getting through COVID. I think that was a big, was a big challenge.
Oh.
Putting up solar panels in a borehole before electricity became a problem and before water became a problem. So it was kind of like a bit of foresight there, which was great.
Yeah.
But I think everything that you do that is a success. Any bit of funds that you get in for a project or whatever like that is a success.
Yes.
Yes, it's like
Nailed it.
victory dance.
You do victory dances.
We do victory dances.
I love it.
So there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those. My proudest moment was running as well. Like I've had a lot of runs that have been fantastic. So that's been like, being able
Getting
to run.
PBs.
No, don't worry about PBs anymore. I'm too old for that.
I've got to put fast. I've got fast.
No, I've got to finish. I'm like one of those. As long as I can finish. I'm happy.
Running, cycling as well.
Running and cycling,
Okay.
and I've done a couple of, I think about 5 corporates. Because of short distances. And now, I think my one of my personal things was being able to swim 2 kilometers in the sea.
Oh, so you're going next to Ironman next?
No.
Well, you're swimming and you're riding and you...
No, but the last time I did 2Ks in the sea, the very next day in the paper, they pulled out a raggy that was about 5 meters long.
Yeah, but the
So now I gotta
they won't eat you.
Yeah, but it's daunting. Have you seen the size of those?
Okay, I don't really know if they won't eat you, but I think the reggies are very docile.
Are they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to... I don't know, it's just an urban legend.
Yeah.
There we go. Hairspray works for spiders. Oh no, they stick there and then you can do them. Oh no, don't even put that online.
Thanks, Camilla.
You've got to catch them in the thing and
contact
then put them outside, Camilla.
Oh, I love that. No, you know what? One of the nice successes was when the Springboks played rugby here not so long ago.
Yes.
I can't remember who they played. Was it Argentina that they played?
Yes.
Yes. And they all said to me, "You'll never get them to Cheshire." And I said, "I will get them to Cheshire. Watch me."
Yeah.
And I went out of my way, and I eventually got hold of the security manager, and I said to him, "You've got to help me." And he said, "Listen, we've got such a tight schedule, but I tell you what, we'll bring them to Cheshire." And the only thing that we could organise...
The rugby team?
The rugby team.
Oh,
The
no
Springboks.
way.
The only thing that we could do was get them to drive past with their whole convoy of police and, the whole toot. But we lined that whole Gomery Avenue with Springboks and vuvuzelas and jerseys and Boka.
Best.
And they drove past very, very slowly.
Yeah.
And they hooted, and it was a big hoo-ha and a big noise. The residents were they were so excited.
Oh, that'd be so
And
cool.
the guy phoned me, his name was Johan, and he got to the airport and he phoned me and he was in tears and he said to me, "You know what, you might not have seen us and you might not remember us." He said, "But you had not a dry eye on that bus. It was fantastic." He said, "We will remember Cheshire." So that was so cool.
We're going to get them the next time then for sure.
Well, we had Kane and Moody, and I mean, Kane and Moody is making a name for himself. So we're very chuffed. We had Kane and Moody in the house the other day.
Awesome. I love it. Deirdre, fantastic chat. Thank you so much for coming
Gino.
on. And
Thank you
you
so much for having
survived
me.
very well. And it was a great chat.
My nerves are still finished.
No, great.
Thank you so much for having me.
We do give away a case of Fitch and Leeds. Thanks to Fitch and Leeds there as well. For Gary DeBray. You're going to pull the thing like the lotto.
Yes.
And see who comes up. Could be anybody here. Let's have a look.
Let's see.
It's a draw, Gary. Let's do it. Okay, there we go. We'll see who wins the Fitch and Leeds. That's right. Obviously, don't forget we got the show tomorrow. So anybody watching want to see the show, fantastic. Mirinda Pereira.
Well done, Miranda.
You won. Wendy will get your details and we'll send you a case of Fitch and Leeds if you can have some gin and tonics with Deidre.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much. And thank you for visiting us at Cheshire all the time and spending some time with our residents.
Let me know, I did a little show there a while ago. We'll do another one. You just keep on phoning me and I'll pull in when I can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to Spa. Thank you to Fitch Leeds. Thank you to Mobia. Thank you to the guys. And we'll see you Tuesday after the show.
Yeah.
Lekker.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Sit down, coming out of PE town. Got a drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.